Buddy, how's it going tonight? Welcome to another edition of APT Live. I'm here with a special guest host tonight, the mayor himself, Mr. Phil Van Giersdalen. I can say your name right now. This is year two. We're getting better. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing very good. Thank you very much. Thanks for having
So,
me.
I'm really glad that you are here. Jody will be joining us at some point. He is currently in the air over California. For some reason, Southwest wasn't going to cooperate when he said he had to be on the show at 7 o'clock tonight. So they're still probably taxiing to the runway and getting the baggage claim and all that. So it's going to be real interesting when he jumps in. But it's good to be here. And, I'm stuck under 18 inches of snow. So
So what's Jody out in California for?
heading out this weekend. I'm actually joining him, so I'm leaving for the airport right after this. But we're both going to be out for Phil Kakamis, his opening Super Bowl event, the Blue Tees Super Bowl kickoff. Got to show some love to Blue Tees. Actually getting to play with Christian on Saturday, so I'm really looking forward to that. But they're playing at Los Serranos in Chino Hills, and so he's got a good field out there, and we're looking forward to being out there.
And you just hitting the one event, or are you going to be traveling around?
Yeah, and then we got to go down and see my boy Vega on Sunday in Phoenix, going to Poston Butte, a beautiful troon track. Looking forward to being there. I've not played that, but heard really good things. I know he's been posting a lot of really good pictures, and looking forward to be there. They've got like little island green, it looks like, and so that sounds like a couple lost balls for me the way I've been playing, but it's all good. And then Jody's broken up little Pebble Beach trip for him. So he'll be
Nice.
up there with Luke Barrett and the boys. And so it's going to be a good weekend out west for us. What do you got going this weekend?
I'm actually heading over to the beach, playing in Lee Barton's event Sunday at Grand Dunes, and
Nice.
then we got another event early in the week, playing in a 4-ball event down there as well for 3 days. So again, just gonna be hitting the links, whatever. Just hoping to keep the weather at least decent, somewhat decent for us. At least in the 50s, anyways. I'm getting sick of these 30-degree days down here, which I'm not
Yeah,
used to.
definitely. I should have taken a picture for the live tonight so everybody can see my driveway. It's like piled up like 4 feet high of snow on both sides to get the truck out. I haven't seen it snow like this in Illinois for a while. But shout out to Stephen Hawk, one of my good buddies from Augusta, saying great term in Florida. We had a lot of fun in Florida, didn't we, Phil?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a long week. It was a good week. A lot of good golf being played. Wasn't really the Florida conditions I was hoping for though. First few days great. The last 2 days a
Right.
little suspect.
Right. I thought about taking a survey, just how everybody enjoyed the tournament, and it'd been really interesting to see what people said versus Tournament of Champions when it was 70 and sunny, and Orange County National where nobody had enough clothes. We sold out of beanies in like 10 minutes, so didn't think we needed to bring the rest of the stock of those, but we were certainly wrong. So
Yeah.
uh, is what it is. But yeah, it was a fun week. Jody and I, we're still this year going to do a ton of traveling, get out with you guys at your different events, and started the week out with Hendra in Las Vegas, his real big inaugural event, the Las Vegas Winter Classic. TPC Las Vegas, really, really tough golf course. They had the greens just rolling, but great weather. We had a good time out there. He's got a great organization, a lot of good people, and then flew straight from Vegas to Florida and got things going. And so tournament champions, and then the off event on Friday, the Celebration Challenge, and then the 4-ball at OCN. So it was a good time. We paid out a ton in prize pool, 7,200 at tournament champions and over 7,800 at OCN. So great way to start the season for our guys, and the first time that we've been able to pay over the 750 with the new USJ rules. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Well, I would say, again, with the USGA making the change there, it's allowed us to, on these big major events to exceed the $750 limit that we had previously. So, when you and I were looking at the prize pools, you came up to it and I said, what? 860, 840? That's pretty damn good.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
don't think the winners were complaining too much.
no, nobody was complaining about that, and it's going to be great. And an update, our March event, TPC San Antonio, it is officially sold out. We've got a waiting list started. I have reached out to the golf course. We're going to try to pick up a few more spots. We've got room for a few more, hopefully, if the golf course will let it. So we'll do that. I think we need to take a little quick look in, Chris, and check in with Jody. He's walking. I see him walking through the airport right now, so I'm curious. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, fellas? How are y'all? Giving you a little look into the tour life here.
Exactly. Well, I was telling people that Southwest wasn't very cooperative when we said we needed to get our show started at 7. So
Look,
guess
I
we won't
talked
let
to
him
the
sponsor
pilot.
it.
I was like, look, man, you need to put this thing on the ground right now. I got places to be.
Definitely, man. Well, hope the flight was good.
Everything was great. Anytime you get a direct flight from the southeast to the west coast without any changeovers and planes with the weather this time of year, I'm all for it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and the pro tip for guys watching, if you want to get a hold of Jody, Jody's always really interesting to talk to. When you catch him while he's in midair, it's good because he's always bored and he's always on the internet. And so texting and Facebooking him while in flight is a good way to get a good conversation going.
I get a few billable hours in too while I'm at it. It's great.
Nice. Well, we were just getting ready to jump in, talk about, the other reason we're in Florida. And then we've got a couple of our players and champions we'll bring on here after the first commercial break. But, we did our first official as the Amateur Players Tour trip to the PGA show.
Yes, we did. We had a great time, and I think we got some exciting stuff to share with everybody too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know there's, some controversy, people talking about the PGA show and whatever, and it wasn't going to be what it was in the past. And, there's a lot of dogging it going into the show, I feel like, in the media, but I thought the show was fantastic. I mean, it was certainly different without the club manufacturers there. But man, we met a lot of great people and made a lot of connections that I think is going to make the tour a lot better. Don't you?
If anything, I think it was much more efficient than it probably has been in the years past. You didn't have all the fluff and flash from having the big manufacturers there putting on their big to-do. So everybody that was there to get business done. So it was great.
Yeah, it was good. And we certainly got business done while we were there. And certain things we'll talk about a little later tonight. We do have, everybody keeps asking us what's in the member kit, and we now know the answer to that.
Yes, we do. And it's going to be fantastic.
And it's not going to come in July, which was where we were before the PGA show. And so we're looking at all this stuff into March. So getting it very close to what we'd consider on time. So we're happy about that.
Just going to share the sunshine with everybody back in the East Coast dealing with all the snow and ice. Sorry, guys. It's 65 and sunny out here in LA.
Well, I will see you in the morning. Well, you better pick me up in the morning. So I get in at 8:51.
I got you covered, bro.
Okay, just making sure. So, well, anyways, we got a full show tonight. We are going to take a quick break. Little shout out of our title sponsor of this weekend's event in Los Angeles, the Blue Tees Super Bowl kickoff. And so let's take a quick break and hear a message from them. Got to say, Phil, I definitely love my Blue Tees. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a great product. The way it's packaged, the way it works, the extra stuff that they put in the package, it's second to none.
Yeah, definitely. Looking forward to spend some time. I don't know if, Jody, you've seen the pairings yet, but we're actually getting to play with Christian this weekend. So we're going to have a good time out in California, get to chat up with him. Another regular guy building a business, and I love it. So those guys work hard, and we love supporting them, and they love supporting us, and it's a great thing. So
yeah, it was good to see Phil shoot him an email just to say, hey guys, we got this event coming up in your area, and we'd love to have you join. And he immediately emailed back, said, yeah, I'd love to be there, and I'll bring some stuff to give away. So it's gonna be awesome.
Right. No, definitely. Well, without waiting too long, do these guys get bored or, have too many drinks here in the green room getting ready for the show? We invited on some champions from Orange County National to the show tonight. And I guess I'll do the introduction. One of the first members ever of the Amateur Players Tour in St. Louis has become a great friend, and I can't wait to let you guys tell a story. But please welcome Mr. Tyler Feaser and Harry Wilshire to the show, our Orange County National Division I champions. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Sunny Florida, can't complain. No snow. We're loving it down here.
Not so great here in St. Louis, but yeah, doing well. Thanks, Matt.
Awesome. Well, it's good to have you guys. Well, Tyler, I'll start with you. I think the question that everyone's dying to know is, why didn't you shoot 65 this year?
It was a little bit different this year with the conditions. I remember that. The second day last year was pretty similar to like the conditions this year. It was probably a little bit warmer last year, but it was pretty windy last year on the second day. I mean, that first day was prime last year. It was warm. I mean, there was hardly any wind, it felt like, last year, and it was not raining like it was this year. So, I mean, I saw still under par this year. You can't get that mad at me, Matt.
I'm sitting here listening to this, and Jody, Phil, Harry, I think we got to take a vote, but all I just heard there was just wine.
There's nothing but excuses.
So
isn't that part of becoming a professional, is that you have to immediately start learning how to complain and find every excuse for why you didn't shoot 65?
That's true. Yeah. See, we're just giving you good interview training.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why didn't you shoot 65 today? Well, I blew it in the woods on 1, and then I duck hooked it on 2.
Yeah.
I fatted one in the water on 4, and soon enough we were 5 over, and just 65 wasn't in the cards anymore. So that's my typical. So, but anyways, in all seriousness, Tyler, we want to invite you guys on, obviously, not only for winning at OCN, but I love your story. You've told it with me and with Borgmeyer. You found our tour a few years ago. You'd played college golf and pretty successfully in college golf, and you found our tour and kind of fell in love with the game again, and it inspired you to try to become a professional. And so after OCN, you took the jump. And so why don't you tell us a little bit about your story with APT and what you're planning on doing going forward?
Yeah, so that was back in, was that 2020? It had to have been 2020.
I think so. It was right during COVID, right? Or 19.
Yeah.
I think it was 19.
It could have been. Yeah, actually,
we did 1 year together pre-COVID.
Yeah, you're right. So, and I hopped into the middle of the season on 19. So I went from college to up in St. Louis, and I was doing commercial real estate up there. And I kind of took quite a bit of time off golf just because I was like, quite frankly, being brutally honest, I just wasn't good enough coming out of college to compete at the professional level. So I kind of like gave up on it. And then I just kind of got that urge to come back and play more. I was like, man, I miss it. I need that competitive edge back. And so I joined the St. Louis area golfers on Facebook. And I think I said just like a chat room in there, and I was like, does anybody want to play like sometime around here? I'm newer to the area. I was living in St. Charles at the time, and Borgmeyer messaged me, and he's like, yeah, like let's go out and play. And so first of all, before I get into any more of this, I can't play with Borgmeyer anymore because every time I have a club break, and it's not by my own. that day, so we go out and we play. And I think it was on the back 9, I hit a 2-iron off the tee, and my club head flew off. And I've never had any problems with that 2-iron. Nothing was ever wrong with it; just flew off. So Borgmeyer's cursed me, but he started talking to me about the APT and everything, and I was like, yeah, that would be perfect. I want to get back into competitive golf, so I got back into it, and I think it was a perfect mix for me to where it wasn't a full-on USGA event where you run into some guys who are like almost way too serious with it and almost start acting just like straight up rude towards you that's like takes the fun out of golf. But there's still the competitive edge and the seriousness in it with just like genuinely good people. So I think that's what kind of turned me back towards wanting to play more competitively. So over the past couple of years, it just kind of inspired me to keep working on my game. and I started playing with some mini tour players down here, and I finally feel like I got to the point where I'm like, I'm ready to take that next step. And I wanted to turn pro this past like December, but then I was talking to Harry, and we were like, let's have the last one be a 4-ball together, because Harry and I have been roommates, or were roommates all 4 years in college, whenever we were at the junior college, all the way up to whenever we transferred. So been good friends for a long time. So we decided to make that the last amateur tournament, and I just took the leap very recently, and it's hard work.
That it is, man. Well, we certainly wish you the best. I've got to talk to Harry. You've put up with Feezer for how many years?
I came over 2015, day one college roommate.
From across the pond, right?
Yep. Yeah, I came over from England at 18 to come to college. It's been my dream since I was a little kid to play college golf in America.
That's awesome.
The opportunity here is just so much greater than at home. We don't have college golf like you have it here. The opportunity is just so much greater. You show up, you get the bag, you get the shirt, you get the hat, you get all of the gear, you get to travel around the country and play golf. So like I said, it was a dream since I was a kid, and then I show up, and then day one, it's him.
Nice. Well, that's got to be good. That can't be too bad. I can't even pick on Tyler too much, but so you're still relatively new, Harry, and I haven't staged you for this question at all. So this could be taking a little bit of a risk, especially since you paired up with Tyler. So, but what's your thoughts about the APT? What was your experience like, and what do you look forward to this year, your first season in St. Louis?
So I caddied or walked around with Tyler at Aberdeen. I guess that was 2020. And I was like, man, like this is run like a pro event. I've caddied, I've coached at golf, like at home, European tour events, mini tour events, everything. And I've seen how it works, all the big events. And I show up and I was like, these guys got it made. You're sitting there on the first tee, and scorecard, live scoring, everything's just run, to the minute. And that was 2 years ago. And then when we obviously came down to Florida, I show up, and albeit it was freezing cold at 7:30 in the morning and it was still dark. You guys were great. Everything we do was scheduled. It was on time. Everyone was so friendly. And I'm really excited to play more this year. I'm probably going to play 10 events through the summer, including the St. Louis ones, and then maybe a little further afield, like we talked about earlier. But yeah, I couldn't be happier.
Awesome. Well, welcome. Say it officially. I guess a shout out to Borgmeyer and Chris, because I wasn't at that tournament in 2020 at Aberdeen. That was the one I missed that season.
Yeah.
So you guys did a good job. So I didn't get to meet you then. But definitely talking about some cool things. The 4-ball championship. Little bum, Tyler, because we do have a 4-ball North American championship at Bandon Dunes.
I know. And Bandon's such a destination that I was like, I couldn't wait a whole another year, but man, I'm missing out. I'm missing out.
I hear you. So, Jody, I think we could probably find Harry a partner pretty quick, don't you?
Well, being a defending champion, I don't think it's going to be very hard for him to put the word out. I think he'll probably have his inbox pretty full.
Right. So, Chris, if you put Harry's email on the screen, looking for a partner for Bandon Dunes.
Taking
Just make sure you clarify that what he's looking for a partner for.
Right. This is
We're not running that kind of website.
No, not a dating site.
So, I mean, I can see Derek Nicholson in the chat. I guarantee he'd volunteer right away. So
he's eyeballing it.
He certainly. It's not a bad thing, but we got some big news coming next week. Jody, we can tease a little bit. We're expanding again. Imagine that.
Yes. It's funny, even into January, February now, we're still getting phone calls and emails from folks reaching out and wanting to explore opportunities in their area. And this one was a no-brainer for us. I think it took you and I about 5 or 10 minutes of talking to this gentleman to definitely know that we wanted to move forward with this.
Yeah, and I think the 5 or 10 minutes, it would have taken a lot less if we weren't so busy laughing or trying to understand his accent at the beginning. So you guys are in for a treat. I can't wait to bring him on the show. We're going to have a good time. We used to do the drinking every time we said absolutely and excited. It might have to come back for next week.
Yeah, no doubt at all. It's it'll be fun to hear see the comments in the chat to see what the interpretations are of what is actually being said.
Yeah, we might have to have some prop bets. So
we may need captions, closed captions for this interview, right, just so that we can make sure that everybody fully understands exactly what we're talking about.
Gosh. You're so not wrong. Not wrong at all. We're going to have a good time. More importantly, we're going to run some great golf tournaments in a really cool area. Guys are going to love to be able to travel up there. We're already talking about doing some big events there in 22 and 23. It's going to be really fun. We've also got a lot working in the partner category, so stay tuned there. PGA show was really good. I don't know, Jody, I got to ask you, what was your favorite booth we stopped at the PGA show? Besides fat scooters.
I was gonna say
those guys emailed me today, by the way.
Yeah, me too. I'm very disappointed that my name was not drawn to win the fat scooter.
That's what I asked. I said, "Are you emailing me because I won?"
I was convinced that I was going to win that, and that was going to become our official company vehicle.
The official pace of play monitor of the APT.
Yeah, we were going to put blue lights on it and everything. Just come riding up on our scooter down the middle of the fairway. It was going to be awesome.
I can still pitch it. They were pretty open to partnership opportunities. That might have been a good one. The official pace of play vehicle of the APT.
Oh yeah, PHAT, fat, baby.
It's fat. I can't even take you seriously. So does that mean I have to come up with an actual favorite booth we stopped at?
Well, I mean, obviously, I don't want to give too much away with what we've lined up, but we have patronized some folks for our member kits, and it was one of the first booths we stopped at, and the stuff that was in there was right in line with what we were looking at, exactly the type of quality and unique items that I think our members are going to enjoy. So, I don't know if I want to give that away or not, because people will be jumping on the website right away to figure out what it is we're getting.
Yeah, all I have to say is we walked up to them, and they were directly across from 2 Under. So if you know the map of the PGA show, you might be able to figure it out. I'm guessing that's probably pretty hard to find still. But we looked and we're like, yeah, we work with Jack. And they're like, oh, Jack. And then we were best friends ever since. And so Jack Curry to the rescue yet again. Shout out to them. They just got named the best apparel at the PGA show on SportsIllustrated.com. Did you see that?
I did. I saw that. That was great. And look, in talking to Jay and Jack both, again, all the data and reporting, talking about how much smaller the PGA show was this year, they were absolutely slammed. Particularly the first day on Tuesday.
We didn't even get to talk to him on the first day.
Yeah, we went by several times to try to talk to him, and there was no point. They were not going to have any time to chat. So talked to him afterwards, and it was, a huge success. They had a fantastic show, wrote a ton of business, and and honestly, across the floor there in the convention center, everybody we stopped to talk to said the same thing, that everybody that was there to do business, and it was a super successful show for everybody.
Yeah, it was certainly really good, and we've got to talk about their product for just a minute. And we gave away T-shirts from 2 Under at the Tournament of Champions. Literally the best T-shirt I've ever worn. We'll have some up in the store We have a few extras we'll put up in the store in the next couple days. I know there's been some comments. My phone's blowing up about these hoodies. These are new in the store. Probably the most comfortable hoodie I've ever worn. Highly recommend that. And then, from the 2 Under products, they have rubber Ducky underwear coming out this summer. It's ridiculous. It's so good.
Yeah, we got a little sneak peek of some new ad work coming out with Ricky Fowler, so it's gonna be funny. We're looking forward to seeing that ad come out.
Yeah, and speaking of Ricky Fowler, we've got to take a quick break, and so catch this message from our friends at 2 Under.
2 Under. Quality fabrics, no roll waistband, Joey pouch, elevate and separate, no chafing. What more could you ask for?
There you go, guys. Elevate and separate. 2 Under sponsoring our Memorial Day event, True Blue in Caledonia. Chris, let's bring the mayor back in. We haven't talked to the mayor a lot tonight. There's Jody trying to get a cab. So trying to give him a break so he can get in an Uber here. So pick up our rental car for tomorrow. Anyways, Phil, I know you've been working hard in blue golf and working through the handicap stuff and all the tour stuff as we get towards the season. So how's all that going?
It's going good. Again, each week, there's we run reports on each and every one of our members, making sure that they're in the proper divisions of play. We're checking guys that are just rejoining the tour or coming into the tour and making sure they're placed correctly. It doesn't take it takes a little bit of time, but not much. But for the most part, we have most of our players in the right spots. And if they're not, we vet it out pretty quickly and get them into the right spots. But that's the thing when you got a growing tour like that we got here. It's there's a lot of oversight that we have to do to make sure that each one of our players, when they're playing an event, feels that they're being competitive in the division they're playing. So that takes up a little of time, whatever. And there's a lot of stuff going on in blue golf, making sure that we have our tournament information pages set up correctly, making sure that we, have all the information out there for the players so that when they're looking at, playing an event, whether it's in their local schedule or local chapter or away, all the information is there for them to make the decision if they want to play or not. From everything from the, schedule of events to the tee boxes that they're going to play, who the contact people is, if they have to reach out to the, the respective chapter owner, if they have any questions about that stuff. We're just making sure that everything is buttoned up, tightened up, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and making sure that the experience for the player is, again, second to none.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it's been busy. A lot of people have been asking us, how's your membership numbers? Like everybody wants to know that answer. It cracks me up. And all I can say is we've tracked our milestones from last year and we're way ahead. So we're excited about it. We're motivated. Our chapter owners have added some just phenomenal golf courses. Chris, let's bring everybody on because we'll talk about this a little bit. I know the USGA released their qualifying courses yesterday, and was it yesterday they released their sneak peek? And I was going through it. I know Jody, you can talk a lot about this as well, but man, we're playing a bunch of the golf courses that they're hosting US Open qualifiers on, almost all of them.
So sneak peeks are out. Here, let me walk over here too. I got a great little view of the mountains here in Burbank. Sneak peeks are out, and really some fantastic golf courses that we can play. And there are a bunch of them that are on our schedule already. But for those of you that are looking at maybe getting in somewhere, private club or something like that, it's funny. There are certain locations like a Camargo up in Cincinnati or something like that always fill up fast. So that's part of what we amateurs use these qualifiers for, to try to get in somewhere that we normally couldn't get to. So yeah, go check it out, man. It's exciting to see a lot of our chapters already having these golf courses on our schedule. So it's a lot of fun. And if you are going to end up playing in a qualifier, go ahead and sign up for our event. Maybe that's a good practice round for you.
No, definitely, and a lot of good ones. I know. Iowa's a big one. Blue Top Ridge just got named qualifier. A lot of the qualifiers in St. Louis are on our schedule. I love that Lake Forest is hosting the U.S. Open qualifier a week before we're there, which means that golf course will be really hard, as Tyler and Harry, I'm sure, both know.
Yes.
But want to bring everybody on and talk about golf courses. Looking at the schedule, I sat down with Allie the other night and found out how many weekends I'm going to be in the doghouse for traveling this year, which, by the way, is pretty much all of them except for her birthday weekend, the last weekend of February. So I'm staying home. Don't ask me to come to your tournament. So, or the fact that I almost booked a major for 23 yesterday on our wedding day. So, and then I was like, I knew I couldn't book that day. Never mind. She's standing there staring at me. So, Jody, you about had this business on your own, buddy, because I about died.
Well, I don't want to. It's telling me that the host has unmuted my mic, so I'm good to go now. Yeah, if I can give you any advice at all in the next 18 months, it's to choose your words carefully, Sam.
It's fair. That's fair. So I just need you to not instigate us fighting in the office when we call you like 3 times a day because you think it's funny.
I don't understand what you're talking about. I have no idea what you are referring to.
That doesn't resemble you at all. So,
as our friend Tom Chambers likes to say, I do enjoy poking the bear every now and then.
It's true. So, oh goodness, I hope Tommy's doing well. If you're listening, Tommy, definitely shout out to you, buddy. But anyways, so I want to talk a little bit, as we put this schedule around. Chris, you can keep everybody on because we're gonna go around the horn here. Looking at the APT schedule, where are you most looking forward to play? Tyler, you can still play, even though you're a pro and you don't like it anymore.
Not claim any money.
So, where's one of the golf courses on APT? Say you're still an amateur that you'd want to most go to this year on our schedule.
I'm pulling it up right now. Stream Song, which is not too far from me. I'm gonna make a trip up there regardless. Stream Song is apparently like unbelievable, especially for like Midwest people who, it's like a taste of that in Florida.
What are you saying about Midwest people?
No, I mean, like that's like a similar type of golf. Like it's
right.
Like Midwestern golf, like in Florida.
Gotcha.
Because you don't get that. I mean, down here it's just flat and strangly Bermuda, so it's not as fun as Midwest golf.
That's true. It's no fun hitting a flop shot off of Bermuda. That's for sure.
No. But
So,
I mean, you've
the
got
stream-
that, and then Labor Day, obviously, at Chambers Bay would be top tier. Like
Yeah.
that would be where I would go for sure. I mean, we were talking about it before we hopped on here. Seattle that time of year. I mean,
Yeah, that's gonna be prime.
yeah, absolutely.
For sure. So 2 good ones. What's Chambers Bay? Chambers Bay is number 3 on Jody's list, which I value more than any rankings anywhere.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I'm just gonna throw that out there. You should too, but no disrespect to Golf Week or Golf Digest or anything like that. But the Jody Barrett ranking system has never done me wrong. So
Yeah.
So number 3 in the Jody Barrett ranking system. Stream Song just got voted the number 6 golf resort in the world. So, 3 golf courses in the top 20. It's going to be really fun. So, Phil, what about you? What about some local events? We've been talking majors. What are the great local ones you want to go to?
I mean, locally for me, again, it is anything within a couple hours of here. So there's a number of good courses in this area. I mean, I'm looking forward to Memorial Day down at True Blue in Caledonia this year. Again, trying to get away from a little more of the winter weather into some great weather down at the beach at that time. Again, I'm looking forward to the 2-day that Jay and I have run it at Forest Oaks, former home of the GGO down there. Again, we got our majors here locally. We got some great private clubs here in the Charlotte area that we're going to. Again, there's just a lot of courses around here. Again, for me, Stream Song, I played it once a few years ago with Jody, and fell in love with that place. And as soon as I saw that on the schedule, that was a guarantee for me to be there. And then again, the Independence Open this year is one that I'd say I'm looking very, very much towards. And I don't know if I'll make it out to Seattle, but I'm definitely going to make it out to Paynes Valley for that one.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. I'm a little, my feelings are hurt a little bit because I was really looking forward to come back to Starmount Forest in the Triad, and we have a tournament that day in St. Louis I've got to be at. So, little jealous. I know in the comments Derek's talking about NCR. Same thing. We have a tournament that day, which is sad. Which, by the way, I moved my date so that wouldn't happen, and then Casey moved it again. So I blame him. But anybody looking for a great tournament to go to, NCR is good. Harry, what's your thoughts? I mean, you can stay local in St. Louis, or
yeah, I'm going to try and play as many as I can. You know, I'm living in St. Louis now, so I'm going to play every weekend if I possibly can. And, you know, I'll cross over into Illinois. I know Tyler played a few of those over the last couple of years, and he said that some of those courses are just great. Obviously, Bandon, I want to get that booked, ready to go. We talked about it before we went down to Florida, and that, you know, that's one of the top places for, you know, the bucket list. And to be able to play kind of links golf away from home would be, it would be kind of cool. So hopefully play as many as I possibly can, but definitely looking forward to that at the end of the year.
right?
You said Illinois courses, Harry. You want to talk about a good one? Is shout out to my man Todd Manning. What was that? What was that course I played last year, Matt? That you set me up there.
They just renamed it, but it was Pontiac Elks, and I don't know its new name. I always forget it.
So he
Those
didn't
greens?
put any water on that golf course that week of, and it was firm, and it was fast, and it was awesome. I
remember the first hole we hit a wedge into it, and it just like bounces straight up in the air, and we're like, "Hello."
Yeah, that I thrived in that. I want that.
Welcome to USGA qualifier.
It was legit, like USGA setup with the firmness there. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was a course in Central Illinois. I think there was like $80 a guy in the prize pool. I think the entry was what, $150. I mean, it was something stupid. It was really good.
Winner got the max that you could win. The winner got $750.
Right. It's on his schedule again this year, so I'll have to get the date. So
the other one, I didn't realize you guys had the mid-mow too. Tanglewood. Tanglewood's a hidden gem. That was mine and Harry's home course in college, and the greens there are phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal.
I'll definitely go over for that one. I love Tanglewood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's some. Oh, go ahead.
No, I mean, like it's tough to, like, even if you go there to play, it's like $40-$45. It's like one of the best bang for your bucks around in the mid-Missouri. Like, genuinely great course layout. I would 10 out of 10 recommend going to play that one too.
Nice. And the thing I love is all these courses we've been talking about for the last 5 minutes, with the exception of Bandon and some of those, these are all tournaments you're going to play week to week on the APT. Yeah. And so, another one to bring out that I've seen in the chat coming in, shout out to Rich in Chicago. One you want to go to, it's on a Tuesday, Harry. We need to drive up there, but one of my favorite golf courses anywhere, Flossmoor Country Club. The place is across the street from Olympia Fields, and it is mint. So in my opinion, it's so much better than Olympia Fields. And Olympia Fields, if you're listening, sorry, I'm not trying to be offensive. But Flossmoor is such a good golf course. Like, I cannot tell you how good of a golf course that is. And he landed it in the first year, blown away. He's got Boulder Ridge, Stonewall Orchard. He's got all kinds of great golf courses, Cantini in the middle of the summer. So that Chicago schedule, if you're in the Chicago area thinking about joining an AM tour, the APT is definitely where it's at from a schedule perspective. Indiana's got some great events. Kentucky, Ohio. I mean, it's just all over the place. You've got great events every single week to go play, and it's going to be a special year.
Yeah. If you need a little break from the weather too, I just checked out the South Florida schedule. Eagle Trace, they've got that over there. That's where I just played my first pro event out. That used to be where they had the Honda Classic at. It used to be TPC Eagle Trace. So it's a great layout. It's not obviously in the TPC condition. It's in good condition still, but don't expect like tour preferred sawgrass condition there. But it's in great condition. Greens were good. Very, very fun layout. Would recommend that. And then you've got Battle at Key Biscayne over at Crandon, and that is right on the bay. It's in Key Biscayne. Like I said, it's like 10 minutes from downtown Miami. That's like probably 10, 15 minutes from where I live. So as long as I'm free, I'll probably go out to that one and at least play it. It's a great course. That's another fun layout. You can lengthen that one up. It's over 7,000 yards from the backs. A lot of tour pros used to come down and play at Doral, would go play there too.
Very nice. Jody, you can chime in. You're the golf course guy.
Well, I was just going to say, we say this a lot, but don't sleep on Iowa's schedule. I'm definitely going to make Blue Top Ridge this year for sure. I've got that one circled. And I'm a big fan of all the golf in the Philly area. So Lulu Country Club's on my list. Manufacturers I want to get to. Our new chapter, Tom Simon's new chapter up in Capitol District in New York. He's got leather stockings. He's got West Point, which is right there with the military academy. So yeah, man, I've got quite the plan for this year's where I'm going to be bouncing around to. Virginia Capitol, man, they've got an incredible schedule. A couple of 2 days that I'm having to make a decision as to which one to go to, and sadly, I want to go to both of them. But in a couple of events or a couple of weekends where they have a 1 day on Saturday followed by a 1 day on Sunday that are back to back 2 great golf courses. So yeah, man, it's the schedule just keeps getting better and better. And while I was on the plane, I was texting it and checking in with some of our chapter owners who are still working on stuff, and they've got things loaded in the system. They just haven't made them live yet, and waiting on some contracts to get signed and finalized. So the schedule is just going to keep growing and over the next several weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I know I've been working with Todd on the Central Illinois schedule, and that's another area where you're not going to see any of the golf courses in a golf week ranking, but there's some really, really good golf up there, and couple teasers to throw out. The new Atkins Golf Club that used to be Stone Creek, Illinois took over and has been redoing and throwing in millions and millions over the last couple of years. We're there 2 weeks after it reopens. That was a phenomenal golf course before it closed. So I can't wait to see what they did to make that special. And so, some really good private clubs in Central Illinois as well. So really good schedules. California, I know Fegley's been working really hard. He's got Silverado here in the month, and, Cacme's has been working hard. They've got the Reno event again, which is really good. I didn't get to go to it last year. I'm still a little jealous about that. And we got to talk about, if we're talking about Troon tracks and, not goat tracks, we got to talk about Vega and Phoenix and his schedule, because his schedule gets better every week. He's like, hey, man, he'll text me. It's like 3 times a week. Hey, bro, I need 2 more events in my schedule. He goes, can you do that? And I'm like, I'm out to dinner. He goes, I need it right now. He goes, these courses are so good. So,
well, they have Weekapaw.
He's got Weekapaw. He's got the Rim and Payson. He's got Post and Butte.
I'm definitely going out for the Rim. The Rim's been on my list for a long time. I'm excited about playing that one.
Right.
Longbow's good too.
Russell wants love for Southwind. Russell, everyone
a little
here
TPC
knows
Southwind action.
Yeah, everyone here knows that you have an event at TPC Southwind.
Hey, keep on selling, Russell.
Keep on
ABC,
selling.
Always be closing.
Always be closing. But no, TPC Southwind 2 weeks before the FedEx Cup playoffs start. So pretty good. So we do love you, Russell. We just have to give you a hard time every once in a while. But what are we missing, Jody? What have we not talked about tonight?
I think we pretty much nailed it. Other than recognizing, I don't know that anybody's recognized my championship in Florida. I mean, how about a little love here?
That's true. Congratulations on winning Flight 2 Net, Jody Barrett. We have 3 champions on tonight.
Jake and the Fat Man got it done.
So I talked to Jake a few times today. He's pretty proud of that championship. So that's pretty good. I should walk out and get your trophy, but I think I'm just going to bury it in the snow. So.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of that, I mean, that win, Jody. How's your back feel? You doing anything for that back relief there? I mean, come on.
Well, I took day 2 off after working like a donkey on the first day, so I just broke out the whip the second day and rode him all the way home.
Best part is he's probably telling the truth.
Yeah.
Jake just needed a little motivation and a few more Tito's, and once he had those in him, he was ready to go.
There you go, ready to roll.
So that is the difference, folks, between interviewing the Flight A winner and the Flight B net winner.
Same points, though, baby.
That's right.
Same point, same prize money, same treatment. I'm just pointing out
right.
the difference in the interview. So those are some of the best
Hey.
interviews to film.
Hey, when you got a 3-shot lead and you're watching the guys behind you throwing darts, and you realize, hey, we got one or the other locked up here. It's either going to be gross or net. We got this taken care of. It's a good feeling.
Yeah. Oh goodness, that's so funny. I mean, I love like our tournament champions interviews were so good because you talk to like Tim Saunders and he's like, he makes 17 pars because his golf game is boring sometimes. And so you're asking, it's like, yeah, I hit in the middle of the fairway on one, and then I hit it to about 15 feet, and I misread the putt, just missed a little bit on the high side, tapped in for par, and you talk to some of the other guys, and it's way more interesting to me.
Yeah.
No offense.
Oh,
to
I can tell you all about my punch outs at Crooked Cat on day 2. They were fantastic.
Oh, the only thing I remember from OCN is I was playing Jack Curry for $20 in the last 3 holes because we waxed them on day 2. They beat us pretty bad on day 1, so we had to win our $20 back. And he's like, "You want to play for $20 in the last 3 holes?" And so then I turned out and birdie 16, which I'm still mad at Will Morgan for cutting my skin. I hit driver as hard as I could, hit 4-iron as hard as I could, and then rolled in a 20-footer. I mean, it was elite. And then I'm like, that's got to be a skin for us. And then like he's in the group behind us, and I see him hooting and hollering, and I'm just like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. And it's always Will Morgan. Ever since I took money in his backyard, I'll never win a skin off that guy again. So, so we get 1 up on that hole, make a great par on 17 to keep it 1 up, and of course, I hit it short side left on 18 with that pin that's like 3 off the left and that huge slope. So I'm sitting here on this like wet, tight, dormant Bermuda, and I've got to open this thing up, and I'm like, it's just $20, like whatever. Like at this point, we're not winning, so
It's either going to be close or it's going to be in the parking lot.
well, yeah, but so then our freaking photographer Courtney Patterson walks up on the back of the green, like straight in the blade no-go zone, and she's standing there with a camera. And I've got this thing up. I'm like, this is either going to be the best flop shot ever, or I'm going to kill our cameraman.
Yeah, replacing it.
Like no in between. Like literally, the last swing thought is like, at least blade this high enough that it gets over her head.
At least catch one groove. At least catch one groove.
We just need one.
Yeah.
Stay down, baby. Down and through. Down and through.
Yeah, best flop shot of my life. Got up and down for par. Took Jack's money, and it was good. So, but just good times had by all at the Orange County National 4-Ball. So, looking forward to.
I'll say one thing about the 4-ball. Shout out to G-Tech, baby. My hands were toasty, thanks to our friends at G-Tech.
I will tell you, Tyler, there is a picture that if you ever cross me, I will post.
This is where it came behind you.
That got caught on camera. So the owner of G-Tech keeps asking for the photo.
That's great.
Amazing.
I'm gonna have to send it to him.
I need that picture.
It's a unique situation when one man is okay with another man sticking his hands in his pocket.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, those pockets were toasty.
I'm gonna have to get me one of those.
You don't shoot under par with cold hands.
No, it doesn't happen.
If you had your G-Tech hand warmer, you might have shot 65. Let's just take this thing full circle.
I need one of those. I need to get in touch with you after this. I need to order one of those because
we got you. We got stock coming in. They should be here. Well, they're supposed to be here today, but obviously no shipments coming into Central Illinois right now.
Yeah.
Got some super fresh white ones coming in.
Oh, see, now that's what I'm talking
White,
about.
white with a black logo. They're gonna be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Talk
the
to
new 3.0.
On
They
the
are
days
legit.
that it is cold here, I need it. I mean, like last week, it was freezing while I was out. Like the week after the Orange County National was freezing
Yeah.
out at
I would
12.
just like to point out, guys, he lives in Miami.
Yeah, it was 60 degrees.
was
Oh, so
Miami,
cold.
Florida. It was
was cold.
It feels
65,
so
and I had to
bad.
put my rain pants on the range because it was too cold
No,
in my shorts.
I can't put my rain pants on because you have them.
Well, that's true. I'll ship them to you. I forgot about that. They are clean.
I mean, pros
Hey.
can't hit balls on the range. Iguanas are falling out of the trees. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a
What do you want me
travesty
to do?
in South Florida.
This is my driveway. Stop it. That was after like 20 minutes of shoveling snow. I don't want to hear it from you people. Miami,
I mean,
Florida. It's
It was a
cold.
very similar. It was a very similar. Oh, great! That's just a bad time to have a background. We're gonna cut that. I know it's a live feed. Somebody cut that.
We're
So
gonna need to edit that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody get that out of there. Chris, do something for me.
Tyler's the guy that wears his green shirt to the work the day he's going to be on the green screen.
Absolutely. That's a Brick from Anchorman, where you say, "I don't have legs."
yeah.
I love
this-
the lamp.
Is this the
Yeah.
time in the night for all you guys been working at home all day to stand up and show what you're actually wearing for the Zoom call? Or
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Arkansas State Red Wolves.
That's not
plugging it.
advisable, please. It's a family program.
so yeah, we got to keep our PG rated status. So
Yep.
you know,
We want to avoid our NC-17 rating.
It'd be a great 2-under spot like ad though. I'll tell you that if I stood
Oh,
up.
yeah.
that actually,
Get everybody
actually
stand
would
up
be-
at one time showing their 2-unders.
Yeah, exactly.
We need-
It'd be a great
they
ad.
need to do that ad. That ad would literally. I'm gonna call Jack after this. So we got an idea.
There we
It's
go.
actually really.
We'll have 22 chapter owners on camera at the same time stand up and show their 2-unders.
Oh, man.
Now I'd pay to watch that.
Elevate and separate.
Elevated.
Elevate that, baby. The Joey pouch.
Yeah, it just the no drip tip, Jody. That's what we never talk about. That's the feature we always leave out.
Oh my goodness.
I
Oh,
can tell you what my old gym coach used to tell me in high school, but it's probably better saved for off air.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. Whoa.
Yeah.
I hope it
He
doesn't
liked
end up
dirty jokes. He liked dirty jokes. They're not appropriate for live internet.
I hope
Right,
it doesn't end
but-
up like the picture of Matt and I.
Oh man. It's funny, but in all seriousness, guys, it's the best product that any of us use. So as much as we joke about it,
really
like
is.
I don't have anything else in my closet except for 2-under.
It's fantastic.
So-
One thing that I definitely do not have to worry about whenever I'm getting ready to go out and play a round of golf. That is for sure.
Oh my goodness. It's crazy.
Need
And
the
like
long
the
johns
cat-
though.
Yeah, we need to order some long johns. So
Mhm.
my dad just ordered some long johns. I saw they came in. He billed them back to
Oh
our
my-
account too. It's killing me.
God,
Papa
I love you,
Steve is
Steve,
taking
but-
advantage of the corporate account.
I love you, Steve, but I don't want to see that.
Oh goodness. But anyways, as you know, as we're getting ready to close up a little bit tonight, you know, we want to talk for a minute, and I'll let you talk because I know you've been there. But we've got the President's Day Stableford at Talamore. We've got a few more spots left. That's going to close out pretty quick. And so if you're wanting to come down February 19th or 20th and 21st, I can't remember dates anymore. Sunday and Monday of President's Day weekend. President's Day
2021.
Stableford. So we're doing a major with Stableford scoring. So I guess first, I guess my dad is watching. That's so funny. We're picking on him and he's watching live. You know, Phil, why don't you explain what a Stableford's about in generic terms? I know we haven't figured out the exact how we're going to modify it yet, but And then Jody, why don't you talk a little bit about Talmore? Because a great golf course that just got done with a fantastic renovation with all kinds of accolades.
Okay, so I'll start. Again, the scoring is based on, again, it's a point system. So you play your own ball. It's not a team format; it's an individual format. And based on the score that you get on the hole, if it's a par, bogey, birdie, eagle, or whatever, you are assigned a certain amount of points. So the better you do, again, the points are increased. So like I say, Matt and I have not finalized the point system yet. But again, it'll probably be negative for a double bogey or worse, a 0 for a double or 0 for a bogey, and then the points will go up as you get better scores. So the point system rewards those players that are making birdies and eagles. The key is don't make any doubles or triples, and you'll do well. So that's how the scoring goes. And Jody, you can talk about Talmore.
Yeah, happy to. The resort course, as Matt references, has been undergoing some renovations. I think everybody's going to really like what's going on out there. They're redoing a bunch of bunkering out there, and the resort course has kind of got that Scotland feel, links feel with the revetted bunkers, so Sod Face Bunkers, and it's a new concept that's been put into some of these things called eco bunkers. So instead of using sod that has to be rebuilt every year or so, they go in with a man-made substance. And if you go to the Talamore's Instagram, you can see some of the videos of the work that they've been doing. It's really cool. So the bunker is going to be all operational and playable for us, and so everybody's going to get the first crack at these things. But it's a Jones design, and these guys are really putting the money into it, bringing it back to life, and which is great because of all the stuff that's been going on in the Pinehurst area. It's good for these guys to start investing too, and elevate their property as well. So I think everybody's going to love it. If you've never played there before, it's going to be one of those deals when you leave, you're going to be like, man, I wish I'd known that this place was here. I'd have probably set up around there before last time I was at Pinehurst. So it's going to be fantastic, and looking forward to developing a great relationship. Tag is the pro there, has been great to work with. He and I have got some mutual friends in Nashville, so we've been having a good time reminiscing, catching up on some stuff. So looking forward to meeting him and everybody getting to know him. He's actually going to try to come on with us maybe next week if he's not in the finals of a foosball tournament somewhere up in the Northeast. I don't know where he's going to be, but if he's not in the finals of this tournament, they just won one last week. He said he'll come on and be with us. So
Cool.
Look forward to listening from Tag and getting him to tell us everything that's going on out there.
Yeah, we're going to get him on with Tim Shimmick from Madison, and we're going to talk about the difference between curling and foosball live next week.
Oh, yeah. We'll blow everybody's mind talking about foosball. The Winter Olympics have started, so everybody. I'm looking forward to getting to the hotel room tonight just so I can start tuning in and catching up.
Catching your curling.
That's right.
So
I gotta
Allie's
see
making
what,
fun of me. I'm trying to explain it to her, and she's just like, "Yeah, I don't care."
I got to see what our Team USA guys are doing, man.
Yeah, 100%. When Team USA, the last Winter Olympics, came back and won gold, Mr. Schuster, freaking awesome, man. It's like you can watch, grab a beer and watch somebody like us win a gold medal. It's great. Freaking love those guys.
That dude's a rock star. That whole team, they're a bunch of rock stars. I'm excited to see them compete this year.
Yeah, 100%. Well, one of the questions we've been getting a lot, getting back to Talmore, asking about practice rounds, if there's anything official from a practice round standpoint. Talmore does have a few tee times available on Saturday after 10 a.m. For a reasonable rate. Don't quote me on what it is. You can call the pro shop and get that. Or you can be like me. I don't know what you're doing, Jody. I figured you'd probably come with us. I'm going to go down and play Lee's Myrtlewood event at the beach. So probably, a 2.5-hour ride from there, 3 hours, somewhere in that range. Not too terrible.
That's probably about right.
So figured to ride down there and spend some time, Mr. Barton, at Myrtlewood. I haven't actually played an event in the beach that I could feel my hands. So we'll leave that one alone for a while. Lee, most miserable I've ever been on a golf course. Your event last February. So So, anyways, no, it'll be fun hanging down with them at Myrtlewood, and I got to spend some time living in Myrtle Beach and love the golf courses there, and Myrtlewood's certainly a good one, and so it'll be fun to get back there and play where I used to play every week, in the golf academy and all that stuff. So, it'll be fun. So if you guys want to do that, a certain shout out. It's not too far of a ride to take a day trip down there, or obviously there's some tons of great golf courses in the Pinehurst area if you want to grab around. So looking forward to seeing you guys down there. We've got about 20 spots left available for that. Long-term forecast is looking good. It's up to Thursday, so we're up to like 2 or 3 days before, and it's like 63 and sunny. So hopefully that'll stay that way through the weekends, and we'll be in really good shape. So I was reading Chris's chat. I thought you looked like you were going to start talking, so I shut up. My bad.
Those uncomfortable silence. It's like riding in the car with my wife when I ask her where she wants to eat.
Yeah, it's like looking around like Allie's been just off camera. So I'm like, can I laugh at that, or is that acceptable?
Yeah, I'm excited to, we've been watching that forecast post, and I know a bunch of the players have too, waiting to see what that's going to look like. And I encourage everybody to go ahead and with deposit balance, go ahead and get your name on the list. Drop that in there. We're going to, start giving the golf course numbers to start anticipating what we've got. I think we're already pushing close to 60 players in that event now. So
70.
70 now, so good. Hey, a bunch has happened since I got on the plane, so this is great. So go ahead and put your name on there if you have any idea or any thought at all about playing in that event. And again, we understand everybody's playing the weather by ear this time of year, so get your deposit in, and sometime next week we'll take a look at what the extended forecast looks like. And like Matt said, right now it looks fantastic, so we're excited about it.
Cool. Well, we've got a big show next week, bringing on another chapter owner, kind of hinting it a little bit at how much fun we're going to have with him. May have another special guest as well, potentially a PJ Tour winner. May want to join us.
There we go.
I've been working on something there, so
Nice.
we'll keep that in touch and keep everybody communicated with that. But have a good week. Hopefully, you guys are playing one of our events in the Southeast or the West Coast this weekend. If you're in St. Louis like me, enjoy sitting inside because it is cold. So, anyways, stay safe this weekend, and we will see you all next Thursday. So, have a great night.
You can play in any chapter that you want. So you get to meet people from anywhere.